What's up, Brew Crew? I'm Opie. Welcome back to my Brew City garden. Hey, it's been a few days, about a week or so since my last video. And since then, it has rained every single day. We've had more rain probably in the last 2 weeks than we've had all year. And it's been a wet year, if you recall. It's been just absolutely crazy. The town's flooded. We've got certain parts of the roads are shut down, and I feel sorry for the farmers this year. They can't get in their fields to harvest their crops. And I hate to complain about the rain because I know there's plenty of people out there that are dealing with drought right now and have been praying for rain. I wish I could push it. I wish I could push it their way. But the nice thing about straw bale and container gardening is even when we've had too much precipitation, it tends to drain out. So the biggest thing we have to deal with is just replenishing nutrients. So as far as plants getting waterlogged and getting root rot and things like that, it's not really a big issue with the straw bale garden or the containers, which is a nice bonus over in-ground gardening. Now, unfortunately, if you remember, I had some potatoes in the back garden that are ready to be harvested. I haven't had a chance to get out there to harvest those yet, and it's been raining nonstop. I'm really hoping I don't lose my potatoes. But I don't know if you noticed, I got a bit of a problem here. So over the holiday weekend, I was visiting family, and one of my family members has a dog. I'm not gonna say it's the smartest dog I've ever met, and it really likes to chew on things. So when I seen the dog running through the living room with one of my kids' shoes in its mouth, I thought, well, I probably better stop this dog from chewing up, my kids' shoes. So I reached out to grab the dog by the collar, and as soon as I got my hand around it, the dog took off and broke my finger. I mean, broke it bad too. So apparently a chunk of the bone on my fingertip broke off with the tendon attached to it, and it's been trying to pull that chunk of bone down through my fingers into my palm, and I can tell you it hasn't felt very good. So that's the reason why you probably haven't heard from me in a few days on YouTube or on my Facebook channel or a page, because I've just been kind of popping painkillers and trying to keep my sanity. Unfortunately, it does require surgery, so I'm going to have surgery done tomorrow. So say a little prayer for me. I'm sure everything will be fine. It's just a finger. It's not like I'm getting a liver transplant or something like that. But I imagine there's going to be a few days of recovery. So with all the rain and this, not having time to get out here, everything looks pretty good. I mean, it's green, it's lush, everything looks pretty good, but it's a mess. The whole garden is such a mess, and I've got so much work to do out here. So this weekend I'll just be doing a lot of one-handed pruning and harvesting, cleaning up, things like that. But don't take this as a pity video. I'm not crying. Everybody has bad runs of luck, and I'm not immune to that either. So we're just gonna get through this, and we're gonna move on, and things are gonna be great. As far as the channel goes, I've got great plans for next year. I've got a few videos to get through the winter, some ideas to get through the winter. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Obviously, it's going to slow down a little bit because in the wintertime here, yeah, there's not a lot of gardening happening. Let's just put it that way. And I'll give you some videos of the beautiful blizzards that we get here. But I've got some great ideas for next spring, and I just picked up some new video editing software. So next year's straw bale series is going to be better than ever. It's going to be just fantastic. I know you're going to love it. But anyway, I can get some work done out here in the garden today, and I'm just going to do some one-handed pruning, some cleaning up, some harvesting, and I'll just have you sit back and watch the garden as I clean up. All right, guys, let's go. right, guys. Hey, thanks again for joining me here again today at the Brew City Garden. As we walk around, you can see that there's some good, there's some bad, and there's some ugly. Unfortunately, while I was rotting on the couch, my cantaloupe were rotting on the vine. Oh well, you can't win them all, right? Well, I'm happy to see that the potatoes, they're not rotting at all. And I attribute that to being in the straw bed. That straw really helps drain out the excess water. And you know, for the most part, these potatoes are fairly dry. I did notice a little bit of mouse damage while I was in there. I know I've got one or two mice in the garden. They like to eat the tomatoes too when they're ripe. But it's really not. It's not a big issue. It's not a big problem. If they want to eat one or two potatoes or tomatoes, I can't blame them. I grow the best. Just kidding. You know, the harvest today was really good. These tomatoes look really nice. That one's kind of weird looking. As you can imagine, a lot of the tomatoes are cracked because of all of the rain. That's fine. I'll come out here tonight and do a full harvest, and I'll just quickly get them into freezer bags and we'll make sauce out of them. They're just fine, guys. Don't throw your cracked tomatoes away unless they're rotting, and you can just cook them up into a sauce, and they're fantastic. So overall, everything looks really good out here, besides just needing to be harvested, cleaned up, and pruned a little. And I'll work on that throughout the weekend, as long as I'm able to peel myself up off the couch. We'll see how that goes. Guys, hey, if you're interested in more information, you can find me my Facebook page at Brew City Gardener on Facebook, or you can check out our Straw Bale Gardening group, and that's called the Global Straw Bale Gardeners Collective, and you can find that on Facebook as well. Just send a join request and we'd be happy to have you. Well, it's time for me to get out of here today. I'm glad to see you guys again, and keep a watch for my videos. I will be making more as soon as I recover a little bit and get over this surgery. Everything's going to be great, and I tell you, next year it's going to be awesome. All right, guys, happy gardening. We'll see you.